It was March 19, 2003, when the sky over Baghdad stopped being just a sky and turned into a storm of fire. The world watched live as the United States launched its invasion of Iraq, targeting the regime of Saddam Hussein. The operation would later be known as Shock and Awe, a campaign designed to overwhelm and break the Iraqi government. But beyond the headlines, beyond the maps and military briefings, there were ordinary people trapped between global decisions. This is the story of Daniel Harper, a 22-year-old American soldier who believed he was heading overseas to protect his country. And this is the story of Layla, a 19-year-old nursing student who never imagined her city would become the center of a war. The film opens inside a military transport vehicle rumbling across the Kuwaiti desert toward Iraq. Sand pushes through every crack. The radio crackles with short, tense commands. No one speaks much. Daniel tightens his grip on the photo of his family. The official narrative spoke of freedom for the Iraqi people. But in that moment, all he feels is uncertainty pressing against his chest. Cut to Baghdad. Layla sits with her parents and younger brother in their living room when the first explosions flash across the night sky. The ground trembles violently. Windows shake in their frames. The noise is so overwhelming it feels like the air is being torn apart. The power goes out. The television screen turns black. Outside, sirens scream and distant cries echo through the streets. Her father whispers that everything will be fine, but his eyes betray his fear. As coalition forces push deeper into Iraqi territory, Daniel steps into his first patrol. He walks past shattered buildings, burned vehicles, and silent children standing in doorways. Some wave hesitantly, others simply stare. Every alley could hide an ambush. Every rooftop could conceal a rifle. Training had prepared him to identify threats, but nothing prepared him for the weight of being seen as an invader. Days later, Layla volunteers at an overcrowded makeshift hospital. The wounded arrive non-stop. The air smells of dust, blood, and antiseptic. Supplies are running low. She holds the hand of a young boy struck by shrapnel while exhausted doctors fight to keep him alive. For her, the war is not about politics or strategy. It is immediate pain. It is survival measured in minutes. One suffocating afternoon, Daniel and Layla's paths almost cross. Gunfire erupts near the hospital. Daniel's unit responds to shots coming from a nearby building. Bullets echo through the narrow streets. Layla throws herself to the ground as the walls tremble again. Daniel runs forward, heart pounding, trying to distinguish between enemy fighters and trapped civilians in the chaos. 1 second of hesitation could mean death. When the gunfire finally fades, there are wounded on both sides. Daniel helps carry an injured man to safety, unaware that only blocks away Layla is doing the same. Two young people from opposite sides of the world. Trying to save lives in the middle of a war, neither of them started. Weeks later, the regime of Saddam Hussein collapses. Statues fall. Headlines declare victory. But on the streets, instability grows. Looting spreads. Insurgent attacks begin. Explosions replace celebrations. Daniel realizes the war is not over. It has simply transformed. Layla watches her city descend into a new kind of fear, marked by car bombs and constant uncertainty. The climax comes when Daniel loses his closest friend to a roadside improvised explosive device. The blast is sudden and brutal. Dust fills the air. Silence follows. The emptiness left behind is heavier than any gear he carries. At the same time, Layla loses her cousin in an explosion at a crowded marketplace. Different lives, different languages, yet the same unbearable grief. The narration closes in a solemn tone. Wars may begin with speeches and strategic decisions made behind closed doors. Well, they are lived in streets, homes, and human hearts. Daniel eventually returns to the United States, carrying memories that will never leave him. Layla remains in Baghdad, helping rebuild what was destroyed, trying to believe in a future beyond the smoke. Because in the end, long after the cameras turn away and the headlines fade, it is ordinary people who carry the true cost of war.